Hey, everybody, brand new episode, little update here from Texas, and I'm joined by Peyton and Missy.
Hi.
So we came out here to do our end of year strategizing, and I think heading into the fall and even next year, we should focus on this UFO thing because what I saw in Florida was the real thing. And then you get these super aggressive comments from people that I've never interacted with before saying those are pelicans or those are glow in the dark seagulls or those are hobbyists. I love these hobbyists. Like there's some, high school teacher out there that
hmm
somehow is
Does
able
this for
to
fun.
does this for fun, is able to slap something together that even mystifies the military. There's some serious hobbyists. But no, we saw something and then there was another thing we saw that was like this black orb that shot across the skyline and then
Not a
went
bird.
not a bird, and then
No.
went up into the clouds and disappeared. And that to me is almost more interesting than the triangular craft, because the triangular craft was something, but the black ball that traverses the sky at what must have been thousands of miles per hour, and then again vanishes in clouds, and we have the unedited video of it. What is that?
It was weird too because there are no lights.
Right, it had no
hmm
lights, no wings, so it defies every principle of flight that we know of.
hmm
And, people saying, oh, it's the military testing stuff. I'm open to that, definitely.
Didn't look like a drone though
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. I mean, what do you stand to gain from quote unquote testing that? It just shot across the sky and then went up in a cloud,
Yeah, and
you
if
know?
it's military, they still have to have lights, right? Like you can't just
Right.
be flying around the sky next to an airport.
Exactly. And so to go back to the triangular craft, and if people have no idea what we're talking about, I'll put a link in description to my YouTube channel where we uploaded these videos. The first one was on the 25th when I saw it, and then I sat on it for 5 whole days. We analyzed it. We had GPT analyze it. We had Fulcrum's in-house AIs take a look at it, and they all said there's something here. This is, first of all, there's no tail number. Every aircraft needs to have a tail number, or else it's a
hmm
pretty big fine. I think it's a felony if you're just flying around without a tail number.
Yeah.
So no tail number. You got no flight path, obviously, and you got no navigation lights. You got no running lights. You got no sense of direction in terms of red and green. So right there, and then if it's the military testing something, why would they test it where there are like 200,000 people? Why would they test it
Yeah,
right by the beach where there are cruise ships? There's
tons
an
of people to see
airport.
it
Yeah, tons of people can look at it. It's not a safe area. It's not a safe area to fly something when there's
right
so
next
many
to an
other things
airport.
right there. Yeah. So if it's the military, you'd think they would test this stuff in the desert somewhere, not in a tourist town, unless they want people to notice it and talk about it. But that's not the sense I got. The case of the triangle, I was watching it for 10 seconds, and then I realized, oh, this might be like world historic. This might be really
Yeah.
important. So I stepped out of just gazing at it mode, grab
hmm
my phone, start recording for 12 seconds. And then it does this weird fade where it was like an etch a sketch or like something below the water when
hmm
the water ripples. It
Yeah,
just kind of rippled out and disappeared.
weird.
It didn't fly anywhere, just dissipated. And that's the video too. You can't see it that well because, I had to zoom in, but you can see it just literally in the course of a few seconds vanishes.
So odd.
So we're getting to the bottom of this. How many people have both the time and the resources and a bunch of followers in terms of already known in media? We certainly are not. We're not. What's the word? We're not trying to seek this out. I was literally on my balcony.
Right,
Yeah.
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 And now you're
Yeah.
curious,
Just the
right?
right time and
Yeah.
place.
And now I'm just curious. And so it's never been my focus as a journalist. I feel like the UFO hunters are in some ways the low-hanging fruit of independent journalism, right? But we saw something and other people are seeing things. And again, between the two, between the classic triangle UFO I saw on the 25th and that black orb days later in the same part of the sky, I'm way more interested in the black orb. Again, what is that? So if you want to say the first thing is a bunch of seagulls or something, okay. What is capable of moving at least 1,000 miles an hour
Right.
and seems like it's
Disappear.
under its own it's under
Yeah,
under its
no
own
lights.
direction. It's not a piece of debris. It's not being, moved by the wind. What is it? and you zoom in, it looks like some cylindrical or some spherical thing, and you can't get much more definition.
It's just flying.
Yeah. So we're planning to do all the hotspots in the US where they're currently seeing a whole bunch of sightings. We're just going to get out there with, iPhones and HD cameras and see what we see and report back.
Yeah, it'll be great. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts if you've seen the actual video. What do you think?
Yeah, if you've seen the video, leave a comment with your thoughts. And if you've seen anything similar, contact us. I'll put a link in the description to Fulcrum's contact form. And if you saw something, let us know what town you're in or where you saw it so we can follow up. I'm going to crack this nut. We cracked, institutional human trafficking years ago, and we steered people toward Bitcoin and then Ethereum. And more recently, silver, made an absolute fortune on silver. And this isn't to make money. This is simply to figure out what's going on. And we're not a TV show, so we don't have to string you guys along. And this is what I was saying this morning, is like if we go to a city, like if we're outside of Area 51 or something, and there's just nothing going on, because we're not a TV show, we don't have to create 30 minutes of content. We can just say, hey, wheels down, absolutely nothing here. Let's move to the next place.
Exactly. Just sharing our honest, real experiences.
Yeah, so as we do this UFO hunt, don't think of it as a traditional season. Don't think of it as a podcast series. It's just we're going to focus on this and get to the bottom of it. And feel free to sign up for the emails if you haven't yet. It's a great way to stay in touch as we publish this stuff. But no, combination of we're not a TV show, so we don't need traffic. We don't need narrative, right? We don't need some story arc. If there's no story, there's no story. I mean, so far the story is I was sitting on my balcony and I saw something that's clearly 20 years ahead of the most advanced military aircraft I've ever seen. And I'm not satisfied by the commenters I've never interacted with before telling me they're pelicans. Like, I live in Florida. I know what fucking pelicans are.
They wouldn't be that high as well.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be in a perfect
In
formation.
the clouds, yeah.
And how do pelicans have cloaking devices where they just disappear?
Right.
I
Exactly.
mean, if you want to insult my intelligence, at least come up with an explanation better than pelicans.
They would have been much smaller as well at that distance.
Yeah. So we're into the bottom of it. And again, these UFO truthers, I feel like they've been in the fight for so long that it's like they want to see a UFO everywhere. That's not us. Again, I was on my balcony, and I think there are going to be some false positives where we fly into a town and it's just not that impressive. And then conversely, there could be something that goes down and we're just going to get the clear footage
Yep.
and give it to you guys.
We're just here to report. We'll be honest about it if we don't see much.
Yep. But I think we got, AI and humans possibly in the same year.
Yeah.
Right? Got self-conscious AI. More people are starting to say, is ChatGPT conscious? Which we were talking about months ago. And the UFO thing, just this number of sightings, not to mention all the drones. So in the nights after this sighting, this is very bizarre. The nights after the triangle, there have been these weird drones all over the city in a grid pattern.
Weird.
And I've got plenty of video of this, red and white lights. So they're clearly just, rotor drones. But someone seems to be, measuring something or searching for something. And that wasn't before the triangle. It's only after I saw that.
Super weird.
Super weird. So we report back, and again, people who think, oh, he needs attention or whatever. Nope, I don't need any attention. But we're absolutely going to crack this nut. And maybe there's nothing there. Maybe this is all just, confirmation bias. If that's what it is, not only will we see that, but the AIs we rely on to analyze all our stuff, they'll see that too. And they'll say, you're just reading into it too much.
Right.
But in the case of when we ingested that triangular craft video, they didn't say you're reading into it. They said instead what we were saying at the beginning of this episode, no tail number.
Right.
No discernible means of propulsion. Winged aircraft can't just stop and hover like that thing did.
Exactly.
So all very interesting, and we'll still circle back as their AI developments. But this is the big story for now, alongside my interest in AI.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
Drop a comment if you have any personal experience as well. We'd love to hear more.
That's a great thought. Yeah, if you've seen anything specifically like this year, let us know. Not if you saw something 10 years ago on a farm that recently. So that's it. That's Fulcrum News' current focus. We're going to get to the bottom of the UFOs one way or another. You're welcome to spread the word. Again, watch the videos so you know what I'm talking about. You can, form your own conclusion. And that's it. Talk soon.